crack-a-lackin' YouTubes. It's been a minute. So, the garage update, I guess. Installation is up, and gotta get the walls up. But what are we doing today, you ask? Here's what we're doing today. We got this bad mama jamma. 70 gallons of pure bald eagle pee-pee. Got 70 gallons of freedom going up under here. So we gotta get the old tank out, OEM tank, 38 gallons. Right, stock was 38 gallons. I said, that's not enough. So we got 70 gallons going in. You know what that means? That means no matter where we go, unless it's a truck stop, we're gonna be swiping the card more than once. So, you know, whatever. But we'll be able to go from the Midwest, you know, Ohio, Cincinnati, to Dallas in one go. We don't have to stop. Nope. Maybe, probably have to stop for pee. Got poop. You know, never know. But it is what it is. So, been a minute since we've done a video. Let's get to it. All right, first things first. We gotta get the old tank out. We got some skid plates. I think they're 15 millis. So we're gonna take those out now. Almost forgot the Ugga Dugga maker. We got some discrepancies already in the video that I'm watching, so I know how to do this fuel tank install. But they said 15. Mine's at least a 13, maybe a 12. So we got both of them. You know what I'm saying? We took that bracket off. There's 3 little nuts. And now, yeah. I hope somebody cringed at that. So, we got the first part done. Be better if I had a lift that, you know, would actually pick up this truck. But that's only a 9K lift. And, no bueno. So, I think we're going to take like a little 5-minute break. The doggo is getting anxious, so we're gonna go throw him in the house and then come back, get back to it. All right, tips and tricks time. Learning with Toph. If you got one of these, I think it's called a radiator pick or something. I don't know. You can buy it at the Chinese box store for, I don't know, a couple bucks. You want to angle it towards the metal pipe, okay? Because if you go this way, you're going to poke a hole in the hose, and that's no good. So we'll poke it this way towards the metal pipe and then work it in there. And then you work it all the way around. You do the hokey pokey. And you should get it free enough that you can grab the pipe, and it goes pop and then clunk, and then you can yeet those bad boys right off. Okay, now I did move this strap over here. I got it hooked into that one, barely, and that one's still over there. So we are going to slowly lower this down, and there's some clips up top for the fuel whatever sending unit or something, I don't know, whatever it's called, up top, and you got to slide the red one over, and then you can pinch and pull. So I'm sure it's not gonna be that easy, but let's get to it. All right, so hold on, let me check the time. 58 minutes to get the stupid fuel lines off. Brother, they said to be patient, but sweet mother. Okay. I don't even know what to tell you to help, other than it feels like you push the whole clip in. They say the top. I was pushing the whole like blue and yellow piece in. I don't know. And I kind of pushed down. I got it all in. And then it just yanked right off. But I kind of, oh man, I don't even know how to explain this. I was prying, but not too much to where I was gonna break it, you know. And you wanna pry where it's solid, right? So where that little clippy thing is, avoid that, because you'll definitely break it if you pry on that. You shouldn't have to pry, right? You should boop, and then it comes off. So the best thing I can tell you is to get that sucker pushed in there, push down towards the tank, right? The top of the tank, and then yank it off, right? It seemed like that little bit of downward pressure kind of let it release, and then it just popped right off. But it took me 58 minutes, okay? I was getting frustrated. So my arms are on fire. If the camera's shaky, that's why. Because I'm up all, you know, grab my strong hand, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, I digress. Try, you know, getting it in, pushing, and then kind of jiggling it back and forth, because it'll catch, and just keep pushing in and jiggling, and that's the best thing I can tell you. Yeah, so now we gotta drop the tank, start swapping stuff over to the new tank, and shove everything back in there. So we're in the home stretch, almost, sort of. First, it's a little breaky break time. Okay, so maybe you're like me and you're like, gee, I have a lift, but it's not, you know, maybe, I have a lift, but I can't use the truck on that lift because it's not big enough. So therefore I don't have a lift for the truck. Sorry, I'm out of breath. Even though that's almost empty, it's still a little heavy. S&B did their video on a lift. Maybe you're like me and you're wondering, will that slide out from underneath the truck without being on jack stands? Yes, but barely, because of this guy. You gotta watch the hoses, and this guy, the way they've got it, all you had to do was just, I don't know. Anyways, it wants to catch right on this little lip. So you gotta like push it down and slide it at the same time. I mean, you're talking a tiny bit. So it's close, but you can do it. Assuming you don't have a steppy step on the backy back. So mine just weep like that. And here we are. So now still out of breath. What the heck? So much for working out. We're gonna clean all this up with some brake cleaner-ish stuff and some compressed air, and we're gonna blow all the junk away from that so that when we open it up, nothing gets contaminated. We got pretty clean. You know, I mean, it looks dirty, right? The top part, but I think it's stained. Because if you look, you can kind of see, like, that's gross, but this is all clean. So now we got, you know, you see what I got, the hammer. So we gotta back this ring off, and yeah, there we go. Now you might be thinking, well, if the stock tank barely fits to come out from underneath, is that S&B gonna fit? Because they claim that it's like 2 or 3 inches lower once it's in the truck. And I was thinking the same thing. Probably not. So that's the answer. So we're gonna have to lift the back of the truck up just a little bit and then slide it kind of into position, and then we'll lift it up. So you know, we will have to lift it up at some point, but you know, for the majority of the pulling out stuff, we didn't need to. So now if your truck is all lifted and stuff, then maybe you still don't, you know. So perks of having a lift.